Good morning, everybody. Somebody gave me once a little one of those metal stickers. I'm not sure it's metal, plastic stickers. It's a very substantial one, and it sticks to the door inside my room. And it says something like this, almost word by word. It says, "Our lives are fashioned by our choices. First, we make our choices. Then our choices make us." And both readings today are very, very strong on choices and making choices. It's actually left to us to make our choices. That's one of the most important principles of underlying all of the sacred scripture. We make our choices. I think we're just in a moment of transition right now here with the wind. It's already, even since I started, before I came out of my room, the waves were stronger. And yesterday they got quite strong, and I did a little Instagram post just to let people share in that experience here. We had a visitor yesterday morning. They left yesterday, and his family, and he said that he's been here many, many times for his professional work, and he's an amazing motivational speaker. And so he said that he had been here at the Sea of Galilee so many times and had never seen it stirred up like it was yesterday morning. And in fact, it got stronger during the day, because I did that little post later on. I'm not sure if it was afternoon or if it was still morning. So I want to get down beside the water for you to let you feel that action. I'm happy that the wind has subsided a little, because it creates disturbance in the recording, and I want to avoid that for you, so it's not as uncomfortable to listen to. The wind is quite an interference. It's a while since we peeped in through that hole. So, choices, making choices. This is a very big theme. And everybody's making choices, or a lot of people are, for the beginning of Lent. You know, what choices are you making? And the choices will end up making you. If you make choices, obviously, and hold to them. And those choices make you. Make the person you are, because we're all a person in becoming, in the sense that we can decide to change our course and go in a different direction in the way we treat family members, in the way we consume anything from beverages and food to videos and internet. And some people scroll a little bit on the phone, and then they scroll a lot more. And then they're always scrolling, and then they need a therapy to get off scrolling. And it ain't easy. And again, it's a choice. What do I choose to do? What do I choose to do? First, we make our choices, and then our choices make us. Obviously, the grace of God can intervene in a very powerful and glamorous way. Now the wind is a little stronger. And that, for example, we have the case of Saul. It's very clear that there was a major dramatic intervention. But in general, God kind of lets the course run, and let us run our course. And we choose out of love or a lack of love. And there are two outstanding historical leaders here today in the readings who offer choices. And don't impose them. They don't impose the choices. Maybe we could even offer another development of this whole process. So our choices make us, but they also influence other people very much. Because the way we are becomes a factor in the people around us. Wow. It's difficult. The camera, I think, is zoomed in a little bit. I wanted to catch these two geese that kept flying over my head and I missed them. There's no question that parents, the way they are, influence their children the way they turn out, although that's not set in stone either. But it's very difficult for a child of addicts not to become an addict. It requires an incredible gift from the Lord, because we're creatures who imitate others. So now when we go to the text on choices, it means the choice we make today at the beginning of Lent could change our lives. And I just saw a title there, or a comment somebody made, and he said that 20-something years ago he gave up alcohol for Lent and he never went back. And I can say that for my mom. She gave up smoking 1 November for a spiritual prayer intention, and she never went back smoking. And that eventually also led to my dad's giving up smoking eventually. Because one person influences another, not just by words spoken, but by behavior accomplished and by the consequence of the behavior. Because a change of behavior has consequences, and a change of behavior for the good has consequences for the good. And a change of behavior for the bad has consequences on those around. And so our two big choices today are Moses. He calls out for choose life or choose death. Choose the source of life or leave the source of life and die. It's a very big choice. But then it got spelled out in smaller things, like don't lie, don't steal, don't covet. Because those things don't go together with the choice for life. Choose life, not death. There are people who choose not to fight an argument all the way through. They choose to let it be because the other person is in a very heated situation, and there's no way there's going to be a reasonable conversation. And eventually the spouse comes around, or the child comes around to be more serene, and now we can have a little bit more reason in the conversation, a little bit more calm. It's almost like we have a burning bush here, speaking of Moses. And it doesn't burn. Blessed are they who hope in the Lord. Like a tree planted near running water that yields its fruit in due season. All these trees have a big chance over a lot of others. And this psalm is Psalm 1, the very first psalm. And then to choose, to make the choice to live connected to the living water, to the source of life. And to choose then that agreement with the Lord in such a way that I'm going to also follow the small print of the agreement, which are the 10 Commandments. To love God with all my heart and all my soul and all my strength. And eventually then also to have the light in my heart and my mind to understand that that means loving my neighbor as myself. And Jesus takes it to a whole other level when he's inviting the disciples to follow him. The Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected by the elders. So his decision is made very clearly in the 40 days of fasting in the desert. His decision was total, was complete, was set in stone, set in his heart, set in love, which was unshakable. Love for his Father, love for the assigned mission, love for the people to whom he was sent. And this powered his decision, his love. It wasn't just the grip of a wrench, a Stelson wrench, or a big bulldozer pushing. It was tied together by this love, the love of the Creator for those who had gone astray, who wanted to restore them. To full flowering and blossoming and fruitfulness. If you want to be my disciple, and that's a choice, do you want to be? Then take up your cross every day. Your daughter is in prison or is on drugs. Take up your cross every day without complaining. Maybe you'll sigh, but you turn to the Lord and you say, Lord, strengthen me. Give me the grace to say the right things. Give me the grace to change my own life so that it can be a shining example for my daughter. Whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. Moses said, choose life. And Jesus tells us a little bit more. If you want to save your life, you're choosing life, then be ready to lose it, in the sense of you have a lot of foregoing to do, to forego many personal desires and pleasures and reputation losses, many things that you have to face in order to save life. He says the Son of Man must suffer greatly and be rejected. It was part of his mission. It was his way to resurrected life for our benefit. It was the path, the necessary path. Let's leave it like that for today, people. A lot to chew on there. May you be blessed as you make your choices and live them. See you later, alligators. God bless you in this Lent. We're already done the first day of Ash Wednesday, and now we're in the second day, one step at a time. We make our choices, but our choices make us.